Hello and welcome to it's my little project going on here. I've bought a boat, and as boats are not naturally I suppose, curved, then I have to bend some wood. Now the wood I've used is teak for hard wearingness, because I don't want to replace it after a few years, because I don't want it to rot. Teak's a bloody hard wood. I've cut it down from floorboards that I bought the other day, so it's second hand. Very strong wood, and today I'm going to show you how to make a homemade steamer. And it's worked. It worked for me yesterday because I formed these sides here, bent them round, and silly me forgot to do the inside ones. So just hang on a minute and I'll show you what to do. First of all, you need a bench. Doesn't have to be a carpenter's bench, it could be anything. You need a plank of wood, a drain pipe, and a wallpaper steamer that I bought from Screwfix for 25 quid. So as you can see, I've put the plank in place now, and it's twisted, but I've also put this in. So what it does, it raises it to one end, which is to get the steam all the way through, and as if by magic the pipes appeared. Now this is soil pipe, underground stuff, you should imagine. It's supposed to be round, but you can see from yesterday's endeavours that it's misshapen. It goes very squishy, but fortunately it doesn't fold in on itself. You can see here, if I turn this over, that I've drilled a drain hole in there. Now I think that's about 8mm, doesn't really matter. And we're putting that at the bottom end, so off the slope. And then at the top end of the slope, I've drilled another hole here. I think that's 10mm. And we're going to stuff this with towels at the ends. Here's the pieces of wood that I want to steam. These I want to a nice radius. It won't turn to a radius in there, obviously. It makes it flexible enough to bend. So I've got two, one for each side. And these ones are the long ones here. What I want to do is, if I can get this camera right, from about here, there's my hand, I want to bend it that way, just slightly, so that where the cabin comes down, there where I got that piece of wood in, holding the other one, it sort of bends upwards, and just to give the strength from the gunnels. Use a couple of offcuts, and I put them in there like that. So obviously that'll move up in a minute, and that one will go in. What this does then is allows the wood not to sit on the floor of the pipe, so the steam can get all the way around it. Quite useful yesterday, and it worked really well. So I've put the wood in, as you can see, pretty much, yeah, so all four pieces are in. What I'm going to do now is the pipe off the steamer. I'll put my glasses on, which there's little wisps coming out, so that's pretty quick. I'm just going to tie them up, or seal. You can see the steam. I'm going to put that in with the towel wrapped around it and make an envelope, because I don't want to steam all of this wood. I've just put about 1.5 meters in. I only need to do about, I don't know, 40 centimeters. So we'll get that wrapped up, and then I'll just carry on. So there's a towel shoved in. You can see the timbers moved. It'll be very difficult. And I've got my towel stuffed in this end, quite tight. It doesn't have to be sorry, you're not making a pressure vessel. And give it 5 minutes. Let's just have a check of this. Yeah, she's getting warmer. Give it 5 minutes and hopefully we'll have steam on the go. Oh yeah, the reason for the plank, right? The pipe was very squishy yesterday and I did it without a plank underneath it. I was like, oh, excuse me. So I turned my back for 5 minutes, came out, and it was like a banana over the bench. I was like, uh-oh, what do we need to do here? So we got a plank and supported it on that, and the pipe surprisingly came back into shape, as you can see. And so the plank is just to support it. You don't have to have a plank, just you can put the pipe on a piece of ground, hard ground, as long as it's pointing upwards. Okay, so the steamer's well away now. It's been on about 2 or 3 minutes into the pipe, creating steam. Yeah, you will need a bucket for leaks. You're not going to stop it leaking. That's what the bottom hole's there for. So we go along and yeah, you can see the steam puffing out of the exhaust now, and that is squishy. So you can, oh for God's sake. So you can see the pipe now bending under my finger pressure. So we're going to leave that for an hour. It's an hour per inch of thickness, basically. We don't need to leave it on that long, but I want to make sure it's really soft. I won't be able to show you taken out because there's only me here. It's a Saturday afternoon, nobody else about. And once I fitted it, I will show you the end results. But I'll be taking the pieces out one by one, just so that I can work it. I'll slide one piece out, stuff the towel back in, screw it up, bend it, and then put another piece in. Thanks for watching.